welcome to National Poetry Writing Month. I am so excited to spend this month with you, and since today is the first of the month, I want to take some time to talk about what National Poetry Writing Month is, show you some tools you might want to utilize, some places where you can join the bluejay community, and of course, I will leave you with a little exercise at the end. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what is National Poetry Writing Month? Like, what are you supposed to do? And how do you participate? And why do you care? And all these things. Well, National Poetry Writing Month is exactly what it says, writing poetry all month long. It's also National Poetry Month, so if you just want to celebrate poetry and read what other people are doing, more power to you. Absolutely a great way to celebrate. But in its shortest, most simplest, basic form, National Poetry Writing Month, the goal is to write one new poem every day. Now, if you're not a poet, don't freak out. It can be a draft, it can be a haiku, it can be an idea for a poem and you're just playing around with it. It can be anything you want that you consider a poem or consider fuel for a poem. So do not be intimidated by the one a day thing. Also, I'm not the only one who's celebrating. There are tons and tons and tons of people, as you saw with prompts, that are posting prompts that you can use all month long. You can mix and match, you can play around, you can modify them, you can do whatever you want. They're just there to help inspire you to celebrate and to write a thing a day. Also, here on the lovely YouTube, we'll be doing mini workshops just like we did last year. We're going to change the formatting of them a little bit, but they are going to be mini workshops about 10 minutes a day. And they're going to be an opportunity to discuss poetry, to read poetry, to figure out how to be exposed to poetry, to make friends in the community, and of course, write poems. So it's really awesome and really cool, and I personally love this aspect of it and getting to see what you guys come up with and getting to see how something that I have an idea for in my head can be taken a million different ways. So it's really awesome and really fun. If you want to know how to celebrate even further than that, there are elements you can add to National Poetry Writing Month. So not only do you write a poem a day, maybe you also edit a poem a day, and it can be a poem from the day prior, or it can be a poem from way back when, or however you want to do that. So writing and editing can be your task. Another way to look at it is you can write and you can read. So you might write a poem every day inspired by a random prompt or a workshop or whatever you have access to, and then you might go find a new poem and read it. So you might use poets.org. You might have a collection of poetry at home. You might just Google favorite poem of famous person, or you might just Google great poems or where to find poems or how to read poetry or something like that, and engage with poetry. You don't have to be good at it. No one's quizzing you. However you want to engage is completely fine and on you, and incredibly wonderful. Another element you might want is that you're going to write a poem every day, and you're also going to let someone else know you've read their poem. So you might go on social media and look up the NaPoWriMo 2024 hashtag, or you might go into the Discord and leave a comment on one poem a day, or you might say, hey, that was a really cool poem, I'm going to borrow that prompt, or however you want to engage, totally, completely up to you, and all really awesome. And if you have a different way that you're celebrating, I'd love to know all about it in the comments, or you can message me on any of the socials. Another really awesome thing that I'm doing is I write a weekly newsletter every Monday, and this is a free resource with a workshop in it every single week. You can absolutely join that and write with us there at your own pace and on your own time. And those get delivered directly to your inbox, or there's a link in my, what is it called? Linktree or Discord or any of those places that you can go and explore, and you can even read previous editions of that. So there's no shortage of content. And even further, if you want to go one step further with the bluejay community, you can also join Bluejay Nest, which is a weekly workshop on Fridays. This is a paid workshop, and it is run on Discord and in person. So it's a really cool opportunity to meet other people, to discuss poetry, and to have some exposure and some guided writing time. So those are all the ways that you can join with my community. There are plenty of other communities out there. There are plenty of other ways to celebrate. And I'm just really, really grateful that you are taking the time to learn more about this. And I can't wait to see what you create and come up with. So let me screen share and show you some of the tools that you might utilize first. Alrighty, so despite our tab of death, which don't worry, that's not going to last forever, we have For the Words, which is incredible, and we talked about it a little bit last year, but this is a writing tool that gamifies what you're writing. So this is your dashboard, and it shows you how many words you've written today, how long your streak is going for, and then if you have any battles going, they'll show here, and any news and things will show here. So you can go to the journal and you can collect any quests that speak to you, and you can also play multiplayer now, which is really awesome. Or you can just go to the adventure and pick a place that you've unlocked or unlock new places, and you can fight monsters that appeal to you or pick up new quests. However you want to use this is totally cool. And this is what my document looks like. I've got some little advice, and then I've got some prompt lists that I will probably be utilizing throughout the month. And then you can sort by projects as well. So if you want things that are specifically related to NaPoWriMo in one folder, you can absolutely do that, and you can put as many documents in here as you want. You can also create your own covers, as I've done for some of mine. Another tool is Scrivener, which is really cool and really awesome, and you can completely customize. You can add photos and you can make it really pretty, or you can simply use it as a writing tool. They do have a poetry manuscript format and template, and they do kind of teach you how to utilize it. Basically what I do is I have the poetry manuscript tab like they do, and each page is its own individual poem. Front matter, which is things like your dedication and your title page and your copyright and your all that jazz. Research is typically what I think of for research is things that you would use for more of a nonfiction. So I do leave it as titled research, but then I go and I put all my prompts in this, and you can again create as many pages as you want. So each prompt list can be its own page if you think better that way. Also, Discord. This is my handy dandy Sincerely Bluejay Discord, and we have Coffee Shop, which is like our general chatting. We have all our introductions and things that are related to all of us. We have year by year, so we can highlight the things that we're doing each year. We have writer spaces, poetry spaces, horror, and a write-in chat and writing bots. We also have our own space dedicated for the poetry marathons when we host them, prompts, covers, etc. Bluejay Nest, book club spaces, and then sharing spaces for all other hobbies. We have a kitchen where we talk about all kinds of different cooking things and food things and snack things. And we also have a gaming section. So it's a really great place to be. And every day during April, the link to the new YouTube video will be here. It will be in this Hummingbird Lounge tab, and it will also probably go in TuneIn Now. And anytime that something new and fabulous is happening, all of those things will be there. There will also be a custom sharing thread that you can use throughout April to post your poems, ask for feedback, share anything that you want to do. So that's really, really awesome. And of course, it wouldn't be a workshop without giving you something that you can take with you and work on. So I Wrote This For You. It's a blog that became a book that has an incredible community around it. And I think it's a great starting point. So I have one of the I Wrote This For You books right here with me. And I'm going to pick a page at random. The difference between paint and blood. I know you think you define me, but each brush stroke thinks it's important when it's on the canvas, and each brush stroke thinks that it's the last and that the painting will be done when the brush leaves the canvas again. But it isn't. You are just shading. You are a dot, and I am the one holding the paintbrush. And there's this incredible image of a face with like water drops, or paint. splatters. So what I want you to do with that is I want you to pick an element of that. Maybe it's the image, maybe it's the title, maybe it's the poem itself, maybe it's one line, one word. Pick something from that page and let it inspire you. Write a response, write your own version. Tell us about a time you were painting. Tell us about your favorite painting. However you want to engage with it is totally awesome and encouraged. I think this is a really great way to start because it gets you excuse me, it gets you in the practice of engaging with other people's art, and it gives you a really nice starting point. So maybe not all of the elements speak to you, but something about that is going to speak to you, maybe positively, maybe negatively, maybe neutrally. However it is, it's a great, fabulous starting point. If you're really not inspired, you can go to iwrotethis4you.me, which is a website, is a blog, is fabulous, and on the right hand side, a little bit way down the page, not halfway, like at the top-ish, there's a find random entry button. You can push that and find a different one to engage with. If you do, I'd love to know which one by letting us know in the comments or sharing it on the socials. And happy day 1 of National Poetry Writing Month. I'll see you again tomorrow for another workshop. Bye for now.